Hello and welcome to today's video. In this video, we will be discussing a topic that many of us have experienced at some point in our lives: rejection. We'll be exploring some practical tips and techniques for overcoming rejection, as well as sharing an inspiring story of someone who turned their rejection into success. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the world of rejection and how to deal with it. Rejection is a common experience that we all face in our lives. It can be a painful experience, leaving us feeling sad, stressed, and depressed. But it doesn't have to be this way. Rejection can come in many forms, whether it's being rejected by someone we love, not getting the job we applied for, or being criticized by others. But it's important to remember that rejection is not a reflection of who we are as a person. Just because someone rejects us, it does not mean that we are not good enough. It just means that the situation was not a good fit for us. I know it can be difficult to deal with rejection, but it's important to remember that we are not alone in this. First and foremost, we must learn to accept rejection as a part of life. It is a part of our journey to success. We cannot control what others think or do, but we can control our reaction to it. We should not let rejection define us, but instead, we should use it as a motivation to improve ourselves. One of the best ways to deal with rejection is to reframe our mindset. Instead of seeing rejection as a failure, we can view it as an opportunity for growth and learning. When we face rejection, it's an opportunity to examine ourselves and see how we can improve. It's a chance to learn from our mistakes and to use that knowledge to better ourselves. Let me give you an example. Imagine you applied for your dream job, but you didn't get it. It's easy to feel defeated and hopeless, but instead of dwelling on the negative, try to focus on the positive. Ask yourself, what did you learn from the experience? Did you learn that you need to improve your skills or qualifications? Or maybe you learned that you need to work on your interviewing skills. By focusing on the lessons, you can turn the rejection into a valuable learning experience. Another way to deal with rejection is to practice self-compassion. We tend to be our harshest critics, and when we face rejection, our self-critic can go into overdrive. It's important to be kind and gentle with ourselves during this time. Treat yourself with the same kindness and compassion that you would offer a friend going through a similar experience. Let me give you another example. Imagine you've been rejected by someone you love. It can be incredibly painful, but it's important to remember that it's not a reflection of your worth as a person. Instead of beating yourself up and dwelling on what you could have done differently, practice self-compassion. Offer yourself kind and gentle words of encouragement, and remind yourself that you are worthy of love and respect. It's important to remember that rejection is not the end of the road. Just because we face rejection, it doesn't mean that we're doomed to failure. We need to stay positive and keep moving forward. There are always new opportunities around the corner, and we need to be open to them. Remember, every successful person has faced rejection at some point in their life. J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series. Rowling's journey as a writer began in the early 1990s, when she started working on the first Harry Potter book. She was a single mother at the time, struggling to make ends meet and battling depression. Despite her difficult circumstances, Rowling poured her heart and soul into the book, often working long hours in cafes while her infant daughter slept in a stroller next to her. When the book was finally finished, Rowling began sending it out to literary agents. But the responses she received were not what she had hoped for. One after the other, the agents rejected her manuscript, telling her that it was too long and too complex for children. Some even advised her to find a day job and forget about writing. But Rowling refused to give up on her dream. She kept sending the manuscript out, determined to find an agent who would believe in her vision. Finally, after months of rejections, she received a letter from Christopher Little, a small literary agency in London. Little told her that while he couldn't promise anything, he was willing to take a chance on her book. With Little's support, Rowling's manuscript finally found its way to the desks of several publishers. But even then, the rejections continued. One publisher told Rowling that the book was too long and would never sell, while another said that it was too scary for children. Finally, in 1997, Bloomsbury Publishing, a small independent publishing house, decided to take a chance on the book. At first, the response was lukewarm. Bloomsbury only printed a small number of copies, unsure if the book would sell. But then, something remarkable happened. Readers began to discover Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, and word of mouth started to spread. Within a few months, the book was a bestseller in the UK, and Rowling's career as a writer had taken off. The rest, as they say, is history. Over the next decade, Rowling wrote 6 more Harry Potter books, each one more successful than the last. The series has sold over 500 million copies worldwide, been translated into 80 languages, and spawned a multi-billion-dollar movie franchise. Rowling is now one of the wealthiest authors in the world, and her books have brought joy to millions of readers around the globe. Similarly, the actor Jim Carrey faced many rejections before finding success in Hollywood. In his early career, he was often told that he was not funny and that he would never make it as an actor. However, he persisted and continued to work on his craft, eventually landing a breakthrough role on the TV show In Living Color. Carrey went on to become one of the most successful comedians and actors of his generation, and he credits his early rejections with helping him to develop a strong work ethic and perseverance. So the next time you face rejection, take a step back, take a deep breath, and remind yourself that it's a natural part of the journey towards success. Reframe your mindset to view rejection as an opportunity to learn and grow, rather than as a personal failure. And don't forget to surround yourself with positive people who will support and encourage you through the tough times. Connect with like-minded individuals who are also pursuing their dreams and can empathize with the struggles you're facing. Most importantly, be kind to yourself. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small, and acknowledge the progress you're making towards your goals. Remember that you are capable of achieving great things, and rejection is just a temporary setback. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please like and share it with your friends and family. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content to help you live your best life. So, before I end this video, I want to leave you with a quote from J.K. Rowling herself.
It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case, you fail by default.
So embrace the possibility of failure, learn from your rejections, and keep pursuing your dreams with passion and perseverance.